greater effort, worse outcome, buy and hold. Let's continue.
Wednesday or Thursday, okay? So I don't want you to be concerned about this. Not panic. You might feel something. Fine. Everything is fine. As a matter of fact, when I look at daily tariff drain, they're running like in the mid 300 millions. That's where we've been for months now. A very extreme kind of a panic. We'll pass through this tax drain period where we also get a little tax drain, but December tends to be pretty strong, driven by personal consumption, which is November has a quarterly interest payment, and then December, where we also get a little tax drain, but December tends to be pretty strong, driven by personal consumption, the holidays. The other thing is I looked at bank data today, and loans and leases at commercial banks in the week ending October 1st, they surged up by 27 billion.
All right, I just went back and replayed a little bit of that there for you. He's giving you his outlook for the rest of the year. For what it's worth, we'll detail that here. Of course, a little of this, a little of that. You know why? Because then he can say, I told you so. Out of context, forget about anything else I've said to the contrary. That's how fools do it. That's how con men and clowns, senile old men do it.
That was the biggest increase, I don't remember in how many months, in an economic contraction. Remember, this whole game, it's all about growth. I talked about something like, I did the numbers the other day. It was a very high percentage. I don't remember all the profits. So that's all you need to know. I mean, if leading flows are very, very strong, you're going to get strong corporate profits, and you have to be patient. Patience is strength. I mean, that they're offering you, basically they're writing checks to you if you have.
All right, yeah, there's bullshit that the market is writing checks to you. Sure. Okay. I guess that's what happens in a buy and hold. So again, I asked the question, what's the point? What does this have to do with MMnT trading and fiscal flows? What does this have to do with it that you need to know? Again, I asked the question, did he save you from that? And if he's saying don't worry about that, well then this is effectively buy and hold. When you see this candle again down here, if that's what happens, don't worry about that either. And if you see it again, don't worry about that either, because that's buy and hold. Probably the third time through, this guy will change his tune after you've lost pretty close to the maximum that you're most likely going to lose. And again, this is his track record. This is exactly how he's done it in the past. If all he's going to do, 3 of these size candles down, 2, 3, whatever it ends up being, who the frick knows, what's the point? What did he save you on? Nothing. So what's the deal? What's the deal with I'm going to see it and I'm going to warn you all beforehand? Well, buddy, 4%. Let's just say the market draws down 12%, which would be a healthy drawdown, certainly within the realm of reason. There's very little rationality on the day-to-day on these markets, people. So a 12% drawdown, I don't give a shit what the fundamentals are, is very possible. He's already missed a third of it.
Emotional control. I'm telling you right now that today's sell-off was wildly overdone. When Trump took office in the first, I mean, you would come out looking amazing right now. Let me talk a little bit about gold. I said yesterday that the fiscal flows were strong. I said gold was going to bounce back from that 100-point decline.
What? All over the map, I told you so. Wait a minute. Let's just take a look at gold here. And I'm just going to use GLD just because. He said it was going to bounce back from that decline. The video before this one, so this was supposedly a day ago, maybe this was static from yesterday, so it's 2 days ago, but the video he made before this said, when the economics started to get a little dicey, now maybe he could argue that point, but when the stock market went down, gold would go down. This is what he said. The two would correlate and both would roll over. Well, the market rolled over pretty heavily and gold did not, and he's now telling you, because he spoke to both sides of the equation, that he knew gold was going to bounce back. He didn't say he was doing any gold buying, did he? In fact, the last thing he said, officially, well seen and understood on the previous video to this one, was gold was going to finally correlate with the market. And the market went down a lot. If what he was saying was going to happen, gold should have went down a lot. But no, that's what this absolute fucking liar, I did not stutter, is all about.
Silver too, and that's exactly what happened. All right, so today you had a little bit of an inverse correlation between gold and stocks. That could happen on a daily basis.
Right. So in one breath, he said this is what was going to happen. And then he said, well, there's going to be sometimes an occasional inverse correlation. Well, that's true. But why would he say that? He said that specifically because he damn well knows, this fucking liar, that he said when the market was going to go down, gold would follow. And I just pulled it up here a couple days beforehand. If the economy contracts, gold and stocks will fall. My friend says no, gold will rise. Well, listen, stocks are contracting. We don't know about the economy. A single day, a single data point is not a contraction. We don't know. But stocks will fall. And at least on one day, which I wouldn't hold anything into just one day. But he is. So let's use his frigging rubber ruler, claiming that when stocks fall, so will gold. And at least on one day, that didn't happen. Now, he should have just shut the fuck up about it. But instead, on this video, the one we're critiquing here, he actually said, no, I said gold was going to rise. So the guy that claims he's long-term and you have to have patience and you just have to wait, constantly makes single-day calls, overnight, one day to the next calls, constantly. No net Norman, Manic Mike Norman. He wants it both ways. If it happens immediately, something he said, see, I told you so. When it doesn't work out, have patience. That's what this clown is all about. Now, am I making a call on any of this stuff? No, I don't give a shit. I have said from the beginning, making money is not about anything this clown is saying with respect to trading. This guy is a bad buy and holder, attributing it to shit that doesn't work. Remember, Mr. I'm going to see it before anyone. I track it daily. I'm going to see it. If this market goes down 12%, he's already missed a third of it. Already. And if this market goes down one more candle that size, he will have missed, again, if we just make a general hand-waving assumption, we're going to be down 12% ago, he will have missed 2/3 of the move. And instead of seeing it, what's he saying? I'm nibbling. I'm buying some. I'm buying on that dip. Well, that's not catching it, getting out, preserving some money, because no one, including this fucking lying clown, can tell you if we're at the beginning of a 20% drawdown. Now, maybe this asshat, in fact, I know he will, just buy it. Just buy it. Just buy it. It's a gift. The car's on sale. The market's on sale. Don't you want to buy that car at a 10, 20, 15% drawdown? Sure. What's the fucking point? That's buy and hold. That's buy and hold and putting money in when you have it on a somewhat regular basis. If he just said he was a buy and holder with an extra amount of ridiculous, needless complications, that would be true. I wouldn't bag on this dumb fuck if that's all he was saying. But he's sitting here telling you his little mental Mike economics here is going to somehow beat the market. You're going to have more information, better information, quicker information, and you're going to catch all of this stuff. No, you are not. No, you are not. This is the marker in the sand. I have no idea what's going to happen to this market. But bear witness right here. If this market starts to go headlong into a 10, 15, 20% drawdown. Now remember, I'm not too tick-nick that thinks this thing's going down 80%. You got to be way more middle of the road than either of these two fucking clowns. But this is the marker in the sand right now. If this market goes down, all of this dumb fuck, Manic Mike, mental midget Mike, all he's going to do is fucking miss the whole drawdown. You're going to receive maximum drawdown, and the only thing he will say is buy it. Buy it, buy it, buy it. Nothing to do with MMT. MMT didn't help you at all. All it did at best is give you a sense of false confidence. And that is worse than just throwing your hands up and saying, I'm going to be a buy and holder. That is far worse. Mr. Daily Videos, Mr. Long-Term, I'm long-term and I have different risk than other people, comes out and it's an I'm right every friggin' day, because that's how true long-term thinkers think. Right? Right. Guy is worthless. We're done with the rest of this video. Catch you soon.